Okay, hi everybody. Just wanted to get with you on this new lab that we're going to be doing. So, as you saw the last time, we have some soil that I dug up out of the yard, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a section of this soil here, okay? And this is all topsoil, okay? So this is what we want to find, okay? So as you can just heard, there's a rock, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a section of this. I don't need a whole lot of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm going to have a napkin or two, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the soil and I'm going to start to break it up, okay? As I'm breaking it up, I am going to be able to determine whether it is soil or whether it's roots. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to take all the soil out. So this is probably enough, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to get all the roots out that I possibly can. Any grass, any rock, anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these roots out of here. So this is the organic matter that I'm taking out of the soil, okay? I want to try to get rid of all the organic matter that I possibly can. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to keep taking out pieces of it, okay? And it'll take me a while. So you guys can take your time doing this, okay? And I'm just taking little pieces out. As I go through this here, I might find a worm. In fact, I found one earlier, wherever it is. Yeah, he's gone now. So you might find some animals, some insects. Take those out as well. Okay, so I'm taking out most of the roots here. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to look at this here. This here is called Key to Soil Texture by Feel. Okay, so the first thing it's going to do is it's going to tell me to start. So place approximately 2 teaspoons of soil in the palm of your hand. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I might do this a couple times just because I want to make sure that we do it right. Okay. So I think I've gotten rid of most of the roots. Okay. But it's important that you do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my soil here. Okay. And I can tell you right now by the texture of this soil, I can say the soil is really good, and we're going to talk about what that means by being good. Okay, so first off, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this soil here, okay, and I'm going to put it into a ball. Okay, so it says place approximately 2 teaspoons. I probably need to get a little bit more. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water. Okay. I'm just going to just take it in the palm of my hand. I'm just going to add some water to it. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is it's going to start to feel a little mushy. Okay, what I want to try to do is I want to try to get it to blend it all together. It's kind of like making dough. You add water to your flour and it'll start to make a little ball. Okay, so now I have this ball of soil. Okay, now in order for grass to grow or crops to grow, the soil needs to have an equal amount or somewhat equal amount of clay, sand, and silt. Okay, and so this is going to determine whether it's sand, silt, or clay. Okay, or a combination of them. So as you look at your orange little sheet, it says place approximately 2 teaspoons of soil in your palm. Add water by drops and knead soil until it is moldable. Okay, so when I say moldable, this is moldable. You can see that. Okay, so it then says, okay, if I push on this here, like this here, does it remain in a ball? And I'm going to say yes or no. Okay, now most of you or all of you should have gotten to where the soil that you guys gathered was going to stay together. Okay, unless you live on a beach and you went out and you got some sand, which is soil. But if it said no, that means that you have sand in your hand. Okay, but I don't think you do. Okay, so then the next question: place the ball of soil between your thumb and forefingers. Gently push on the soil. See how I'm doing it with my fingers and my thumb. Okay, and I'm going to go like this here. Okay. squeezing it upward until it forms a ribbon of uniform thickness and width. Allow the ribbon to emerge and extend over forefinger until it breaks. Okay? So, if it's not able to do this, then we would call this no, that would be loamy sand. Okay? So I'm going to say that we're able to do this because it is in a ribbon right now. Okay? Now it's going to, I'm going to gradually do it. Okay? And eventually what's going to end up happening is that it's going to start to break. You can start to see how it's breaking right here. Okay? That tells me, okay, so I went to the second part where it says the big area where it says place the ball of soil. Okay, I'm going to say yes. Okay, does the soil make a weak ribbon less than 1 inch long before it breaks? I'm going to say yes, that's less than 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to say yes. Say, does the soil feel gritty a little bit? I'd say not really gritty. Okay, so I would say that this is loam or silty loam, and you can watch as you see on the here. I'll point it up here. Okay, so I went from here, then I went to there, and it was less than 1 inch. Does the soil feel very gritty? Yes or no? Okay, now this is going to be, you're going to have to determine this. Okay, mine felt like it was, and I would say that mine was loam or silk loam. Okay, so that's my classification. So what I would do is I would then circle this area right here, indicating that that is loam or silk loam. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to determine loam, okay, or silt loam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a point. Okay, and I'm going to find the point right there. Okay, so that is the point that I'm going to point at. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find out how much silt, how much sand, and how much clay is in my sample. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I hope you guys can see this, and if not, I'll redo this. Okay, so what I can say then is that if I go to this point right here and I go down this is 0% silt, 100% silt. Okay, so I'm going to go down to here, and this is going to say this is 50% silt. Okay, and then I'm going to go sand, 0 to 35% silt. Sand. Sand. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to the clay, and I start at 0, and I'm going to draw a line right across here. Okay, and this is going to be 15% clay. Now, if I do this here, if I add these all up, they should equal 100%. If it doesn't equal 100%, you didn't do this correctly. Okay? So I would probably urge you to do this numerous times, okay? And in fact, what I might suggest also is you might find another soil, and you could do another soil and redo this here and see if it's clay or if it's sandy or whatever. Okay? So this here tells me that my soil is silty loam or loamy soil, okay? Now, I could have picked any one of these areas right here. My numbers would have been different, but what I did was, because it said loam or silt loam, I just kind of found the middle of it. Same thing as if your soil was silty clay, you would have said, okay, silty clay, you would have found the number right in here, okay? So that's what I'm going to do for now. I will probably have another video to finalize everything. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.